Welcome to Kingswood Primary School's Parent Information Evening for our iPad programs in grades 3 to 6 for 2015. Everything we do here at Kingswood is based on our core values of we are here for the students, we are leaders in education, we thrive in a team culture, we are safe, friendly and organised, and finally, we engage our community. Kingswood Primary School is recognised within our local and broader school community, as well as within the profession, as a leader in the use of technologies in our teaching and learning. We would all like to think that our children had their own unique special gifts and talents, but in the real world, and one that is so incredibly bound by a global economy and job market, what is going to give your child the edge? And quite rightly, the question needs to be asked, what makes your child unique? If I put this into perspective for you, there are more high distinction students in China with English as their chosen second language as there are total preschool, primary school, secondary school and university students in the entire USA. Just think about what that means for our young. How are they supposed to compete with very well educated and obviously cheaper competition from an emerging market? Interestingly, as Australian politicians turn their collective backs on the skills required for a technological age, all in the name of cheap votes and even cheaper funding, China is looking at doing the exact opposite. They see that they want the skills that our students are exposed to and are currently developing. They want to teach their children to think and to create and to use technology as a tool to demonstrate this learning, not just to be able to answer test questions as they currently do. Unfortunately for us, our political leaders seem intent on following the current Chinese model. We are no longer living in the 20th century, but in a time of rapid change where 60% of all jobs in the next 10 years do not exist today, where we are all members of a global economy and where the ability to think and to create will be recognised as essential employment skills in the future. Kingswood's ethos is to ensure we lay the foundations for future success for your children. Every item on this page shares something in common. Can you work out what it is? The answer is that at some point in the past, each of these items were banned from the classroom as they were considered to negatively impact learning. Time has vindicated all of them as essential teaching and learning tools. Your age will also impact on where you cringe at items displayed or huff with derision that how could it ever have been banned in the first place? Putting this into perspective, your children were born into a technological age, the same as you were born into one with electricity. For both, it is not an earth-shattering revelation. However, technology is to you to a certain extent, the same as it was for your grandparents when they first switched on electricity. Something to be in awe of, but also something to approach with a little intrepidation. Every year, parents express concerns about the amount of screen time their children might be exposed to at school, feeling that too much screen time is detrimental to their learning. This year, we decided to survey all students in grades 3 to 6 at Kingswood Primary School to determine where their screen time occurs at both home and school. From the results, we created the average Kingswood student. What we discovered was that the overwhelming amount of screen time occurred at home. We then took it a step further and decided whether that time was considered productive or unproductive screen time by the students themselves. Interestingly, it was considered by the students themselves that most of that screen time at home was considered unproductive and basically junk time. Conversely, students considered 82% of their screen time at school as being productive. So regardless of whether you decide to participate in the iPad programs or not, we the teachers at Kingswood Primary School look forward to continuing to guide your children in becoming responsible users of technology who develop essential lifelong skills required for the next generation and beyond. Thank you for listening. We look forward to laying the foundations for future success for your children.